It is not a straight line. Time is relative, and you can find out the time is relative from your own experience. Supposing you are waiting for your beloved friend, the time is given at, say, for example, 11 a.m. You start waiting for him or her 10:30, 10:45, 11 has come, and now you become impatient. 11. Afterwards, every second seems like an hour, isn't it? And supposing you meet, finally he or she arrives, appointment is of 5 minutes, but when you leave each other, already 1 hour. You thought it was only 5 minutes. Because you are enjoying so much, when the time slipped away, we do not know. So time is relative. Again, not only from Einstein point of view, but from our own individual point of view also. So time is relative. It is not in a straight line. But how do you define time? One of the convenient definitions we can say is that time is the duration between two events. Is that okay? Time is the duration between two events. Now for all of us, what is the time available to us? From the time we are born till we die. From birth is one event, death is another event. What is the time available to us? The time between our birth and our death. Of course, we will not bring in the theory of reincarnation here. Some of the religions, they believe in theory of reincarnation, that no, it is only one lifetime. Again you are born, punarapi janamam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam, iya sansare, bahudustare, krupya paho, pai murare, bhajagovindam, bhajagovindam. That is the stotra by Adi Shankaracharya, where he says, a human being goes, takes birth, again dies, again takes birth, again dies. This wheel of birth and death is going on till one gets nirvana, one gets mukti. Till that time it goes on. But we will not go into that controversy. Some people may not believe in the theory of reincarnation. Some religions do not believe in the theory of reincarnation. Now, of course, modern science is now believing. They have found out thousands of cases. Mr. Stevens has made a lot of researches on this, and there is a book by Dr. Reynolds Moody, MD, Life After Life. But we will not go into that. For the time being, let us see. We all agree that we are born. Anybody having any doubt? Now another information I give you, a piece of information which is not palatable, is that we are all going to die. The most certain thing in the whole world is death. Most certain thing. You know, Yudhishthira was asked this question, which is the most wonderful thing in the whole world? You know the story of Mahabharata. Pandavas were in exile and they were going through the forest. For 14 years they have to be out, and now they all felt thirsty. So Yudhishthira said, Bhima, you know, he is the hero. He has to do all sorts of odd jobs. Bhim, we are all thirsty, do something. Okay, wait. Then he went, he climbed a tree, and then he saw nearby, yes, there is a pond. He said, I am going to the pond and bring you water. He went, and these people are waiting. For them every minute is like 1 hour. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Bhim is not returning. What happened? Arjuna, next hero. He went in search of Bhim now. Went to the side, the direction in which he had gone. Never returned. Again 1 hour waiting. Then again all the brothers went. Lastly Yudhishthira, he said, what is the matter? All the 4 brothers have gone and never returned. He went. And then he saw, when he went to the pond side, 4 brothers were lying dead. They were all dead. And then He was very, very miserable, and then he went to take a piece, just a drop, a little bit of water from the pond. And suddenly the yaksha came. Don't take water, I give you warning. I gave this warning to all your 4 brothers, and this is what has happened to them. Same thing will happen to you. Don't touch water before you have replied to my questions. Then Yudhishthira, he is a wise man. He did not take water like other 4 brothers. Yes, you ask questions. And he went on asking many questions. Yudhishthira replied all the questions. One of the questions was, what is the most wonderful thing in the whole world? What is the most wonderful thing in the whole world? Had we been there, we would have immediately told Taj Mahal is also one of the 9th wonder. 9 now it has come already, and let's discover. It is already one of the 9 wonders. So we would have told about 9 wonders of the world. At least Taj Mahal is, we are proud, one of them. So he would have told about it. But Yudhishthira was wise. He said, the most wonderful thing is this. People see before their own eyes their friends, their neighbors, their relatives dying. Sometimes their own family members dying. They go to the cremation ground. They have seen with themselves, with their own eyes, that people are dying. And now, that time media was not there. Now media every day, whole day they are showing this only. Media is negative. So they want to show negative things, where all things are happening, how many people are dying. So dying everywhere. Here there is a bomb, here there is a flood in Uttarakhand, here this, and everywhere it is death. Every day thousands and thousands of people are dying. This is a fact. And Yudhishthira says, every human being has seen someone dying, at least on TV. If not in real life, small children have also seen the death. And those who have grown a little more, they themselves have gone to the cremation ground. They have seen the people dying. And yet, Yudhishthira says, this is the most wonderful thing. Every day we are seeing death all around. Every day we know our relatives are dying, so many are dying, so many, our family members are dying, they have died. And yet every man says, every person believes he will never die, he will or she will never die. This, you find out for yourself. Does this idea come to us? We do not allow the thought to come to us. No. And when somebody speaks of death, the parents will say, oh, don't talk about death. Amangal ho jayega. But this is the fact. It is the hard fact of life. Anyone who is born has to die. If you are not born, you will not have to die. But obverse and reverse of the same coin. This is life. Life and death are obverse, reverse of the same coin. Happiness, misery, obverse and reverse of the same coin. If you take happiness, you have to take misery. If you take life, you have to take death. Now, why? No question of why. This is the rule. This is the game of life. This is the game of life and death. If you are born, you have to die. Why it is there, we do not know, but this is the phenomena. And if you go on asking why, unlimited time will go. Better is, Buddha says, do not waste your time in calculating from where the arrow came, who shot the arrow, when did he shot the arrow. First remove the arrow. By that time, otherwise he will die, the patient will die. First remove the arrow. So Buddha says, I do not want to discuss all these things, whether God is there or not, Atman is there or not. I know world is full of suffering. I know there is death. And before we die, we have to do something about it. Otherwise, we are going to have suffering. So my only aim is to reduce my suffering. That's all, Buddha says. So somebody asked him, you see, we have heard that you do not believe in God. Then Buddha said, where did I say so? When did I say so? Oh, that means you believe in God. When did I say so? Then Buddha said, I don't say anything about it. Because it is futile to go for the philosophical questions, but this is true. You may or may not believe in God, but this is a fact. Death is there, certain. This is the most important thing. The management of time is the manager of time that we have at our disposal. Just before death, whatever you want you can do. After death you will not be able to do anything. Whatever you want to do. So most important thing is the goal of life. What do I want to achieve before I die? We will also come to the usual techniques of time management. I will tell you. The paper has been given to you. But before that, I want to give you something which no management expert will give you. And this is the most important thing. We may have the latest methods of techniques of time management. You will be saving each and every second and prepare a very nice project. Ultimately you present it and then you find out you did not have to give this project. The project was this project belongs to somebody else and you were supposed to give some other project. All your efforts of 1.5 years gone to pieces. First of all, know what is your project and then you start working on it and save time bit by bit. What is your project? And you take a wrong project and finish it very nicely, very efficiently before time to recover, to discover that was not your project. All efforts gone. So, most important thing is what is your project? What is your right project? What do you want to achieve before you die, so that there is no regret. Arey, humne to ye nahi kiya. Like Alexander the Great. You know the story of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great came, he conquered the whole world. Now India has to be conquered. So he came to India. When he was coming to India, his master Aristotle said, when you are going to India, please bring a nice gift from India. So what can I get? You see, there are very good saints available in India. Please bring one saint for our country. So Alexander was in search of a saint. After a long search, he found one saint when he was passing through a forest, sitting on the last bit on a bit of rock, deep in meditation, very bright face. He was very much impressed. After his meditation over, he taught to him. Oh, what a mine of knowledge! And he was very much impressed. Then he told that saint, please come with me to my country. I have told my guru, I will bring very good saint and I am very much impressed by your wisdom. Please come to my country. I will build a beautiful palace for you. Very nice food, nice clothes I will give you. Please come. And the saint smiled and said, why should I come to you? I am very happy here. I don't need your food. This river is giving me water. This tree gives me fruits. I don't need clothes. The sky is my cloth. And I don't need any house. I am very happy here. I don't need your palace. I don't need your house. I am very happy here. Why should I come to you? No, you have to come. I have promised my guru and I will bring a saint and I am very much impressed. You must come. I will not come. You have to come. I will not come. Now nobody dared to oppose Alexander the Great. You know, he was so powerful. Nobody had dared. And here is the ordinary saint, poor person, not listening to him, and then he became very much annoyed. He just drew out the sword. If you don't come, I'll cut your head. And when Alexander's sword came out, he did not have to use the sword. The other person will faint and die. Immediately he will faint down with the great sword coming out. When he drew out the sword, the reverse thing happened. The saint laughed very heartily. You fool! You want to kill me? Don't you know the sword cannot kill me? The sword cannot pierce me? Don't you know the fire cannot burn me? Don't you know the air cannot dry me? Don't you know the water cannot melt me? I am the birthless, deathless, ever pure, ever blissful Atman. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledentyapi, na shosheta maruta, acchedoyam, adayoyam, akledyo shoshevacha, nitya sarvagatasthanu, achaloyam sanatana. Reverse thing happened. Alexander had never seen any person standing with so much of courage before his sword. He became terrified. The sword fell down from his hands. And then the saint said, you fool, you want me to take to your country? I can see with my third eye, you yourself are not going to reach your country. And the history says, this is what happened. Alexander could not reach his country. On the way he had a very peculiar type of disease. And when he was dying, he asked his general and made a request. I wanted to meet my mother. You know, he was very much attached to his mother. I wanted to see my mother before I die, but I think I will not be able to do. The death is overpowering me. But this is my last wish, that when I die, when you bury me in the grave, let my hands come out of the grave. General said, we will surely follow your advice, but we would just like to know the reason why you are making this peculiar request. Then Alexander said, I conquered the whole world. I have so many elephants, so many horses, so many kingdoms, so many ornaments, so many gold coins, so many silver coins, so much of property, so much of power, and yet I am so sorry, I am not able to take even a single thing with me at death. Let the whole world receive. Alexander conquered the whole world, but he went empty-handed. This saint has not got a single horse or a single elephant or a single coin. At the time of death, he is smiling, and I am weeping at the time of death because I could not control myself. I conquered the whole world, but I could not conquer myself, and so I am going empty-handed. That saint conquered himself, and so he is going with a smile. This is the message what Kabir says, जब तू आया जगत में जग हंसे तू रोए, ऐसी करनी कर चलो, मरते समय तुम हंसो जग रोए. You know, when a small child is born, it is weeping, and all others are so happy, they are clapping. And by chance, if the child does not weep, then others start weeping. Something wrong with the child. And the doctor says if he does not weep, this is the real fact. If the child does not weep at the time of death, at the time of birth, he is going to die. He will not survive. And so they call the doctors, then the doctor gives injection, and then he cries, and then all people, they clap. Yes, very nice. जब तू आया जगत में जग हंसे तू रोए. All were happy and smiling, and you alone were weeping. Now you live in such a nice manner, make time management such a manner, manage your time in such a manner that when you die, at the time of death, you have got no regrets. Yes, I utilize my time for the activities, for my own purification. I served the people. I was not selfish. I was doing unselfish service to my parents, to my relatives, to the society, and I don't have regrets that I have misused my time. And so, I have of course earned money. I have made best use of my money. I have of course enjoyed, but without disturbing anybody else. And so, I have got no regrets. I have not troubled anybody. And so, with the blessings of all, I am going to the abode of Lord. I am so happy. भगवान का नाम लिया, भगवान का काम किया, भगवान के पास जा रहा हूँ, क्या आनंद है. And let others weep. इतने अच्छे आदमी थे, चले गए. What a nice man he was, and he has died. Let them weep. But at the time of death, you are so happy. That is the real success of life. We are talking about success. We want time management. Why? Because we want success in life. But what is real success? Yes, of course, there are three types of success: temporary success, short-term success, long-term success, and also eternal success. What type of success we want? If we want everlasting success, everlasting happiness, everlasting peace, if we want to conquer death, then we have to utilize our time in such a manner that we don't have any regrets. Everybody has to think about himself or herself. What is the ultimate goal of my life, so that at the time of death I don't have regrets that I did not manage my time properly. This is real time management. Time management of the whole life, not only of 24 hours. I will come to that, how to manage 24 hours later. But how to manage the whole time of whole lifetime. And the most certain thing is the death. We have to die. If we are born, we have to die. Another, and what is the most uncertain thing in the life? Most certain thing is death. And the most uncertain thing is the time of death. We do not know. Just the other day, we had one of our very good devotees. We received the news that he has died. I talked to him just a previous day, And next day I received the message, he was taking a cup of tea in the morning and bus, he died. He had a heart attack, died. So many people, just they were going, met an accident, within a minute, gone. So many things can happen at any time. Anybody can have death at any time. There is no guarantee. Some people, I will come to that. Some people they say कि अभी 100 साल तो जिंदे रहेंगे ना. That is 100 साल का कोई guarantee नहीं है. That is a human span. अभी average age है 70 years for India. From 35 years it has come to 70 years. But that does not mean you will live 70 years, because some children are dying at the age of 1 year and some are dying after 100 or 99 or 92, 93. ये सब मिलकर के average age होता है. Average age comes out of that. So because the average is 60 years or 65 years, that is no guarantee that you will also live for 60, 65 years. Because you find sometimes a child only one day born is also dying. So most certain thing, death. Most uncertain thing, time of death. So we have to be prepared for that. But anyway, so what we should do is that we have to first of all keep the goal of life. What do I want to achieve, so that I don't have regrets that I did not utilize my time properly. And as I told you, how much you can achieve depends upon your time management of the whole life. Swami Vivekananda, many times he said, I will not live to see 40, and really he passed away at the age of 39 years. But within 39 years, he had conquered the world. He had finished his job. He knew that I have very limited time. So sometimes I jokingly say, the days of test matches are gone. Now one day. After one day, 20-20. But Swamiji played 10-10. Kick, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Within a week, 20-30 lectures, there, America going here, so many towers, and within 39, he has finished his game. But he told, I am going to talk about in the evening, today evening you must come. Swami Vivekananda, voice without form. I am going to talk about it in the evening, so I am not giving you just now, but one thing he said, that whatever, he was asked this question, why do you want to give up your body so quickly? Because just a few days before 4 July 1902, when he gave up his body, he told, when I die, cremate me here. And he also told, within a few days I will die. He knew that he had already earmarked the date as 4 July, but he did not tell others. He only told that within a few days I will be living this stage of life. Then he was asked, why do you want to give your body so quickly? It is only, you are so young. Then he said, I have done enough for next 1500 years. I have done enough for next 1500 years. Somebody was saying, why another Vivekananda is not coming? But first of all, let us finish what this Vivekananda has given the message. This itself will take 1500 years. Abhi pura thali bhara hua hai, bole aur lao. Arre pehle isko to khao. We have not yet finished our thali and we want more food. He has already given the message which is enough for us for next 1500 years. Already, you know, normally when people die, his obituary is the last newspaper report, finish. But here what happened? At the time of death, he was very popular. When centenary celebration, he was much more popular. Now 150th birth anniversary is going on, is still more popular everywhere. So why? Because his message is perennial. So whatever it is, every one of us, all the great people we find, whether in the past history or whether present alive, they somehow or other, consciously or unconsciously, they are practicing some techniques of time management. Knowingly or unknowingly, they are practicing, which we are going to talk about. They are practicing, and that is why they became great. But the most important thing is that if we want success in life, we must know what is the goal of life, what is the purpose of life. And this is what the modern science also says. So far we were thinking that success will depend upon IQ. But 1991, Daniel Goleman made a research in this management and said no, EQ, emotional intelligence, is more important than IQ. And the latest discovery, as you know, of the modern science is SQ. Dana Zoha, she is a professor in Oxford University. She has written a book, the name of the book is SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says neurologically, physiologically, biologically, psychologically, from every point of view there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. What is IQ? IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Emotional quotient. EQ will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not. That's your choice. What is the purpose of life? What is the aim of your life? What is the ultimate aim of your game of life? This is development of SQ. And ultimate success will depend upon IQ, EQ and SQ. And SQ means knowing the purpose of life. And what could be the purpose of life? We have to think for ourselves. But fortunately we have got the modern quantum mechanics which has come to our rescue and which also gives vent to this one, that yes, the ultimate reality is beyond all that. The ultimate reality is beyond time, space and causation. Beyond time, space and causation. And Einstein says, in the book World as I See It, he says, the true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he is attained to liberation from the self. So this is the gist of our human life. If we have made use of our life in a proper manner, we must get liberation before we die. That is what Einstein says. There is another book by Lincoln Barnett. The name of the book is Einstein and the Universe, in which Lincoln Barnett says man has a unique capacity. Every human being has got a unique capacity of transcending himself and perceiving himself in the act of perception. Every human being has got a unique capacity. Mind you, only human being, no other animals, no other birds. According to the old scriptures, out of 84 lakhs of species, 84 लाख योनि में मात्र मनुष्य योनि को भगवान प्राप्ति हो सकती है, आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान प्राप्त हो सकता है. This is what our scriptures said. Out of 84 lakhs of species, only human beings can have spiritual knowledge. But the modern science says no. There are 1,25 lakhs of species. You know, they have multiplied, cloning and everything going on. But still it is not much difference. 84 lakh, 1,25 lakh. They had no microscope thousands of years back, and yet they talked about 84 lakhs of species. But the modern science says 1,25 lakhs of species. But they tell also the same thing. Dana Zohar says IQ is available with all the species, including the computers. EQ is available only with a few species. Elephants, cows, they have got emotional quotient. They have got that emotions. You know, there have 174 branches centers all over the world, Ramakrishna Mission, our headquarters in Belur, and 40 abroad, rest in India. We have a center in Uttaranchal, that is at Mayavati, is the name of the place, Advaitya Ashrama Mayavati. If you go towards Pithoragarh, just before Pithoragarh there is Lohaghat. From Lohaghat you have to do the about 13 kilometers up in the mountain. It is 6,500 feet high from the sea level. Beautiful mountain range all around you can see, snow range all around you can see. That Advaitya Ashrama was established by Swami Vivekananda. When he had gone to Switzerland, he was very happy to see the Alps mountain full of snows. You know, Alps is not that high, but always full of snow like Himalayas. And seeing those Himalayan like peaks, he told his host, that is Captain Sevier and Mrs. Sevier, I have got a dream to build an ashrama at the height of Himalayas, and all around there will be forest, and the whole mountain we have to take, and we will be practicing Advaita Vedanta there. This is my dream. And when Captain Sevier, Mrs. Sevier came along with them, along with Swamiji when Swamiji came to India, they came along with him. And they really found out a piece of place, 65 acres of land in the vicinity, and they started Advaitya Ashrama Mayavati. So that is where the you can see all snow peaks, very deep forest, because it is in our control, very deep forest. Other forests have been already cut, trees have been cut, but here nobody can cut the tree without the permission from the head of our monk there. So that is why it is a very dense forest. Even now tigers are available. Only a few 3-4 years back when I was there in Mayavati, I heard this incident. When I had gone to Mayavati, I heard this incident. A few days back, a tiger had come in the evening. A cow had given birth to a calf. The tiger came and took away the calf. And that cow became so much disturbed. And then the cow did not take food for 3 days. So much we tried. She did not take any food. She was so much she was emotionally upset by the tigers taking away the calf that she did not take food. After 5 days she died, but she did not take food. So you see how much EQ even a cow has got. So few species have got EQ also. But SQ is available only with the human beings. That is the discovery of the modern science. Dana Zohar says, scientifically it has been proved SQ is available only with the spiritual quotient, is available only with the human beings, and the old scripture said spiritual knowledge is available only with the human beings. If we are human beings, I think nobody has a doubt. If we are human beings, we have a special prerogative, a special birthright, हमारा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है to get this spiritual knowledge. We have our birthright to get infinite happiness, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss and conquest over death in this very lifetime. We can do that. We have got that choice. We may or may not do it, but we have got that choice. Animals do not have choice. Tigers do not have choice. Elephants do not have choice. Only one species has got that choice, either to get infinite happiness, joy and all that. Otherwise, other 4 things are common. This is what our scriptures say. Ahar, nidra, bhay, maitunancha, samana metat pashuvi naranam, dharmo hi tesham adhiko visheshah, dharmena hina pashuvi samana. 4 things are common between other species and human beings. What are 4? Ahar. Animals also take food, we also take food. Nidra. Animals also sleep, we also sleep. Bhay. Animals also get afraid, we also get afraid. Maitunan. The animals also produce and we also produce. The human beings also produce children. So then where is the difference? Only difference is this spirituality, SQ. IQ is available with all the species including the computers. EQ is available only with a few species, but SQ is available only with the human species. And that is why Lincoln Barnett says in his book Einstein of the Universe, man has a unique capacity of transcending himself and perceiving himself in the act of perception. And Niels Bohr, a Nobel Prize physicist, says beautifully, man is an actor and spectator in this great drama of life simultaneously. Only man, nobody else. We are actors and spectators in this great drama of life simultaneously. There is a drama going on and there is a fight between Bhima and Duryodhana. Both are having the gada. एक दूसरे गदा से मार रहे हैं. भीम जब दुर्योधन को मारता है, लोगों को लगता है जोर से मारा, बहुत जोर से मारा, पर भीम जब उसको मारने जाता है ऐसा दिखाता है ऐसा बहुत जोर से मार रहे हैं. वो जानता है कि मैं भीम हूं, ये दुर्योधन है, और ये भी जानता है कि मेरा असली नाम राम है, उसका नाम असली नाम श्याम है. दोनों 5 मिनट के बाद जब इंटरवल होगा एक साथ ग्रीन रूम में कॉफी पिएंगे. ये भी वो जानता है, इसलिए जोर से नहीं मारता. लोगों को लगता है बहुत जोर से मारा, जोर से नहीं मारता. क्यों? मालूम है मेरा फ्रेंड है. वी आर बोथ एक्टर्स and spectators in this great drama of life simultaneously. Only we can, no other animal can become a spectator. We can become They are only actors. They are acting in this great drama of life. But we can act, at the same time we can think ourselves what we are acting, what I am doing. This awareness, transcending oneself in the act of perception, this is only a special prerogative of human beings. Getting infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, infinite happiness, infinite life in this very life by transcending limitations of time, space and causation and becoming one with the absolute truth, that special prerogative of only human beings. Now let us decide, what do we want in life? Of course we must have career development. Of course we must have earn money. Of course we must have ambitions, like to become like Bill Gates. We must have ambition to have more money, more money. At the same time, we must also know where do we end. What do we are going to take? Yes, you are trying very hard. You must try to get a gold medal. But ultimately, you must also remember, gold medal will not go with you. That does not mean we should not try for gold medal. That does not mean we should not go for career development. That does not mean we should not earn money. But we must understand the value of everything. The value of all these things is absolutely zero at the time of death. For our individual sake, of course, we must earn money for our children, for our parents. We should not be selfish that, oh, I am going to die, so why should I care? No. We are human beings, we care for others. I am not saying we will not, but our priorities will change. And time management, I tell you one thing, the essence of time management, only one thing, setting up the priorities of life, that's all. The whole gist of time management is only this, setting up the priorities of life, setting up the priorities of your ambitions, setting up the priorities of your achievements, that's all. Once you do that, you will be able to give more time to your items which are priority wise and give less time to those items which are not so important in the ultimate analysis. Maybe temporary you have. So we know purposely, yes, I know that I am wasting time, but I am purposely wasting. At least that much we must know. How much we know. And so before that we must know the priorities of life. Once the priorities are set, time management is very, very easy. Otherwise what will happen? All your efforts, saving the time by minute, second by second, ultimately very beautiful project, you come to know the topic of your project was something different. Whole project gone to pieces. All your time gone at one stroke. Just as Alexander was weeping, we will be weeping. Oh, kya kiya humne apne जीवन में? What did I achieve? I am not able to. At the time of death, we should not have any regrets कि हमने इतना time management किया, बाद में ये time management करने के बाद इतना सब achieve किया, but ultimately it is of zero value. That should not happen. So, and even when you are trying to have time management, there are so many thousands of activities. Everybody, there are thousands of books to be read. You must know priority, which book is for priority. I am doing PhD in some history subject. There are books on geography also. There are books on chemistry, mathematics, physics also. There are books on so many other topics. But for the time being, I have to get maximum marks in my examination of PhD in history subject. Let me concentrate on history books now. After PhD you can do it. In vacation you go for novels, you go for fiction, you go for other books. But at present my priority is my subject of PhD. So this setting up the priorities of life is very, very important. And before we talk about time management, we must also know the importance of time. First of all, we remember this thing, that all the great people in the history who have been great, or all those who have achieved something, what we call achievers in various fields, whether in the field of business, industries, whether in the field of education, social service, any field, any great person, they have known consciously or unconsciously knowingly or unknowingly, they have followed the techniques of time management and hence they got success, because they also have 24 hours. We also have 24 hours. Anybody getting less? Please tell me. Anybody getting less? There was a beautiful article in Reader's Digest, beautiful paragraph about time deposit. He says there is a typical bank deposits 86,400 rupees in your bank account every day morning, and whatever money you use, you can use any money, whatever you can use. But supposing if you do not use, this money will not be carried forward, that is gone. Next day morning again you will get 86,400 rupees. So what we should do? Utilize every rupee, because it cannot be carried forward. Utilize each rupee. And then it says, yes, there is a bank that is called time deposit. Every day morning you get 86,400 seconds deposited in your bank account. Whatever seconds you utilize fruitfully, that is yours. Whatever you cannot utilize properly, that is gone. Next day again 86,400 seconds you will get, if provided you are alive. It will come. But so one is time management of the whole life, another is now we are talking about the time management of every day, 24 hours. How to utilize 86,400 seconds in a profitable way, so that we can meet with the success, the same success with the achievers and the great people in the past or those who are in the present have achieved. So item number 1 is time is important, try to utilize each and every second. Item number 2, that each and every one of us can utilize time properly and can benefit from time management, irrespective of whether we are executives, managers, students, teachers. Each and everyone has got a birthright to utilize the time, because time is available, because every human being is getting 86,400 seconds. There is no such rule that you will get one less or some more. I will tell you afterwards how to get more than 86,400, that I will tell you later on last. I will tell you how to get more than 86,400 seconds, less last I will tell you. But for the time being, in general, 86,400 seconds. You cannot get more. Now utilize each and every second. Another formula you must remember is time and tide wait for none. Time and tide wait for none. The time that is gone, that is gone. Sometimes people say, yes, we must be very careful. Why? Why? Because time is money. I say no, time is not money. Time is more important than money. Why? Supposing if you are doing a business and you have loss of 1 crore rupees, there is a possibility that you may get a profit of 1 crore rupees or 2 crore rupees next year, and you can tide over your loss of 1 crore rupees by getting more profit next year. Is it possible? But supposing already 10:30, 10:25 today, now 10:26 already, okay. Now can you tell me, today is the date is 29 June 2013. Now 10:25 AM. Tell me whether 10:24 AM of 29 June 2013 will come again or not. Will it come again? Will it come? No. 10:25 will not. 10:26 will come, but 10:25 will not come. 10:30 will come, but 10:25 will not come. 10:25 will come again, but PM, not AM. But will come again 30th June, but not 29th June. Will come again, but 2014, not 2013. Yes, it will come same time, 10:25 AM of 29th June will come again in 2014, but the 10:25 AM of 29th June of 2013 gone forever. So time and tide wait for none. So try to utilize the second which is slipping out of your hand. We must understand the importance of time, because it is running out. Supposing we are going to be living here for, say, let us be optimistic, 100 years. And 50 years is gone, so now only 50 years only are left. No, 50 years are not left. Then what is left? Psychologists, sociologists, they have made a survey that average age, take it for 70 years, average age 70 years. But that does not mean there is no guarantee that you will live, we all will live for 70 years, no guarantee. This is average age. But let us, for example, that we are going to live for 70 years. I wish you all live for 100 years. But supposing we are living for up to 70 years. Now, what is the analysis they have made? Out of 70 years, research shows that an average person lives 70 years. This is how those years are spent. 28 years, this is average, 28 years in sleeping. Of course, for Kumbhakarna it will be much more. But average person, out of 70 years, not 100 years, mind you, I am talking about only 70 years. Out of 70, so percentage will be much more if you take it 100 years. I am talking out of 70 years,